Hi guys, I'm back and firstly thank you so much. In my last video I had requested people to subscribe. We were 190 plus family then and I was getting nice views. I got good views for the last video also and all of you paid heed to my request and we are now I think 250 plus subscribers from 190. Thank you so much. I'm really overwhelmed. You can tell by the smile on my face. I also received a lot of messages appreciating the video. Thank you. I also made some new friends on Facebook as well as WhatsApp. As some of you requested me now to, make videos on bone marrow biopsies. So, guys, as I told you on Messenger and WhatsApp, that is what I'm going to move on to now. But thank you so much. A big shout out to all my viewers, to all my subscribers. This is really encouraging. And I will keep making videos where I can hit those areas which are not discussed in routine lectures or the troubleshoot points which are important, which need to be discussed, which are not usually discussed. And I will try my best to bring to you as simplified tutorials as I can. Again, I'm saying I target the beginners mainly because I faced certain problems when I was starting pathology, and I don't want you to face it. What I can say is that I want to help you out by my experience. One good news is that I would be branching not only since I started the series with hematology, since hematology is one of my favorite subjects. I will be branching into cytology now. I will once I finish with the basics, that is two more lectures of the bone marrow interpretation series. I'm going to be making one video on hematology where I'll be discussing the recent advances that you should know as pathologists, as practicing pathologists, as postgraduates. The recent things that are coming up in that point because they are asked as questions also and the basics of that particular disease, which the book does not. There will be part of what the book covers also, and then there will be that part which we will not find in the book, which is still in the papers and the publications as recent advances, which has come into practice but has not been incorporated into the textbooks. And then, of course, the small troubleshoots and the small overlaps. And I will make sure to make those videos clinically as well as pathologically correlating videos. I always find that a pathologist should have an idea of what the clinical background is because we are the ones who make the diagnosis. And once you study pathology, you know that multiple symptoms overlap, multiple findings in peripheral smears overlap, in histopath they overlap, and hence we do a clinico-pathological or clinico-patho-radiological correlation to reach to the diagnosis. So my attempt will be to bring those tutorials where I take up diseases to you as problem-based learning. I can tell you that is a pattern that the FRC exams or the USMLE exams follow, where you can understand that thing as a case and then you can understand how to approach that case rather than just giving you the textbook knowledge. As I've already said, all wonderful textbooks both by Indian and foreign authors are there for that. So this will be a very short lecture because today what I am going to be discussing is something of very important practical value. You once become a pathologist, once you finish your postgrad or when you are doing your thesis, these two things are not discussed that much in detail otherwise, but they are very important. Why? Because बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होंगी where you will realize the importance of a clot section and an imprint, especially in hematology. I had my thesis on lung cancer and I used to make cell blocks out of bile fluid and pleural fluid. And trust me, they were better than, sometimes I felt they were better than the tissue biopsies that I got. I was doing cancer stem cell markers in my thesis. So they were much better than the biopsies that I got because biopsies had crushing artifacts. But these cell blocks were beautiful to put, I can say ICC, not IHC, immunocytochemistry rather than immunohistochemistry on. So moving on, let us begin with the topic, not wasting too much time. So what is a clot section and what is its morphology? A clot section is made. I had already told you the procedure of bone marrow, how you take out the bone marrow aspirate. Once you are, and if you have not seen that video, please go to my channel and watch that video because all my tutorials are linked. One video follows the other. So when you are aspirating the marrow, and sometimes what happens, सम अमाउंट या तो ज्यादा एस्पिरेट हो गया या फिर आपने स्लाइड थोड़ी देर से बनाई और इंटेंशनली यू वांट टू मेक अ क्लॉट सेक्शन देयर कैन बी थ्री सिचुएशंस सो in either situation when there is some marrow blood left in the syringe what you can do is take a slide and you can drop that amount jitna bhi bacha hai blood onto the slide glass surface and leave it there let it clot for 2 minutes it will clot itself कई बार syringe में भी वो अपने आप clot हो जाता है you are going to take out pick up that clot with a forceps or your whatever and put it in formalin 10% buffered formalin which you use for histopathology normally and you process it then like a normal histopath section ठीक है and then you will get it as a normal histopath section also but the visuals of that clot section would be so beautiful that sometimes you'll feel यार इस biopsy में इतना सुंदर नहीं दिख रहा जितना clot section में दिख रहा so that is what a clot section is it is nothing it is clotted bone marrow blood which we or the intentionally clotted bone marrow blood if you really want a clot section which we put in formalin and process as a tissue that is clot section nothing else what is an imprint you can see index में बहुत कुछ है but again that is a part of the series this is a two-part series one part is bone marrow imprint the other part would be bone marrow biopsy so what you have to and what is an imprint this is a clot section ये aspirate के बचे blood से निकलता है बनता है imprint is that when you take a bone marrow biopsy के surface पे भी marrow cells चिपके होंगे blood के साथ हम यहाँ पे we use the principle of exfoliative cytology that is we will take a slide I'll show you the images of it take the slide and we'll take a bone marrow biopsy का piece तुरंत we don't put it in formalin before making an imprint we are going to hold it with a forceps or it is always easy to hold it with a forceps or you can take it take your biopsy का piece remove it put it on a slide take another slide और उस स्लाइड के मल्टीपल सरफेस को बस आपको टच कराना है बोन मैरो बायोप्सी से तीन बार 5 बार आप टच करा लो अपने स्लाइड के डिफरेंट एरियाज तो जो सेल्स ऊपर चिपके हैं ना वो स्लाइड के सरफेस से चिपक जाएंगे जो मैरो के पीस के ऊपर चिपके हैं एंड ट्रस्ट मी दो सेल्स आर सो ब्यूटीफुल वो मॉर्फोलॉजी अनडिस्टर्ब मॉर्फोलॉजी होती एग्जैक्ट ऑफ व्हाट अ सेल इज लुकिंग लाइक एट दैट नेचुरल स्टेज जब उसे फॉर्मेलिन में नहीं डाला गया बिकॉज वी ऑल नो at least the first years who have जिनको 6 महीने हो गए हैं you all know and the rest of the pathologists there are a lot of fixative artifacts from formaldehyde which we use as a fixative causes a few artifacts it causes protein denaturation so there is some change in the morphology once the biopsy is put in formalin right so this imprint is the actual preserved form of that cell before you put the biopsy in the formalin I personally have this is my personal experience that I am telling you in my institute we have diagnosed I think not less than 4 or 5 cases where the aspirate was hemodiluted the biopsy would have taken time to come because it is a normal histopath procedure I'll tell you jab biopsy padhaungi that there is decalcification then you put it in formalin imprint ko stain kara ke we could catch blasts which were not evident on the aspirate because it was hemodiluted. We could catch, in another case, it was a 2-year-old girl, I think 2-year-old girl, we could catch marrow necrosis because the aspirate was coming hemodiluted. That necrotic material was not coming in the aspirate, but the imprint showed that. And there has been a case where on clot section, we have diagnosed leukemia. Yeah, it was a blast. We had diagnosed leukemia. So, I just want to tell you that these two things are not discussed much often, but if you try and use it in practical life, they are very useful. And you know, you can try a plethora of stains on that. I have tried HNE, I have tried Fields. Fields most people do also. GIMSA of course everyone does. PASS everyone does. IRON everyone does. MPO everyone does. And you know it is beautiful. I love an imprint because it will give you almost an architecture of what the bone marrow must be looking like. If there's too much fat, the imprint will have too much fat. And the clot section I like when the aspirate is hemodiluted. You most of the times you don't have a biopsy. Supposing you have to give a diagnosis of remission status, that the patient is on chemotherapy, acute leukemia ka patient, then you have to give a diagnosis on remission status. They will not send you a biopsy every time. It is only done first time. तब जब marrow hemodiluted होती है मुझे clot section मिल जाता है ना तो I feel I'm looking at the tissue. It's like a bone marrow biopsy जो मैं देख रही हूँ. So these two things, if you are not trying and if you are a practicing pathologist, just go ahead and try it. And you love the results. I'll just show you some images. We've also done a paper on that. We also, हमारे institute से we got a paper published on imprint cytology. I'll just show you that as we move on. So these two, I was lucky enough to get these two images from Google. All of these are, they are none of these images are mine. They are all from Google. So this one over here, this image, this shows you the entire procedure of how you have aspirated the marrow. ठीक है? There was okay. Now you see कि यहाँ पे the patient is lying in a prone position. उसका मुंह नीचे है and उसका hips ऊपर है and the needle is 90 degree and this is the syringe जिससे aspirate लिया. This is बाहर का image. This is not an Indian image. ठीक है? You can do that, but what we do routinely is what I have shown you by left lateral position में patient को bend करा. I find that easy. I don't find this process very comfortable. You can do it, but trust me, that method is much easier than this method. Okay. Now you see, if you remember, I had told you कि आप एक स्लाइड को स्लांटिंग रखिए और उसके ऊपर ब्लड पोर कर मैरो का ब्लड पोर कर दीजिए. जो एक्सेस ब्लड है वो नीचे जमा हो जाएगा एंड इस पे जो बचेगा उसको फिर आपको क्रश करके स्प्रेड करना होगा. दिस इज व्हाट दिस पर्सन इज डूइंग. इसने इसको पहले आई जस्ट रब इट ऑफ सो दैट यू कैन सी इट बेटर. So what he has done is he has poured the blood on the slide which is kidney tray के सहारे. It has been kept at a 45-degree angle. All right, and whatever excess diluted blood that has flown off, that has flowed down into the absorbent sheet that you spread when you are doing the marrow, and whatever is left, he is smearing it by crushing it. ठीक है? See, he's taken one slide in this direction, one slide in this direction. इस वाली स्लाइड जो इस डायरेक्शन में इसमें मैरो का पार्टिकल है और दो को लेके इसने इसको स्मीयर कर दिया. दिस इज द बोन मैरो एस्पिरेट प्रोसीजर. नाउ समटाइम्स दिस ब्लड कैन स्टिल हैव पार्टिकल्स एंड व्हाट आई डू इज आई डोंट पुट इट ऑन द अब्सॉर्बेंट शीट. आई डोंट वेस्ट दिस. आई पुट अ स्लाइड हियर आल्सो. तो ये जो यहाँ से फ्लो करके स्लाइड पे गिरेगा, आई लेट इट क्लॉट and then I put it in the clot section. Alright, so this is one troubleshoot of the technique. This is a very nice methodology for biopsies. I am showing you this here. I'll show this to you later on when I am discussing biopsy in details, but you should know. See, this is an entire biopsy needle. ये ऑब्टुरेटर है, ये कटिंग एज है, ये स्टाइलस. नॉर्मली ऑब्टुरेटर इसके अंदर रहता है. ठीक है? ये अंदर जाता है. ऑब्टुरेटर का बिवेल्ड एज होता है. बिवेल्ड का मतलब होता है लाइक अ वी. एंड बाय दिस आई टोल्ड यू एस्पिरेट और बायोप्सी मोशन दोनों का सेम रहता है. दिस इज द मोशन. ठीक है? क्लॉकवाइज एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, क्लॉकवाइज एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. सो दिस गोज इनटू योर, इट cuts your skin and goes into the marrow space. Then you remove this obturator and put this cutting blade, and then you have to move the entire needle. You remove the obturator, you push in the blade which has to cut the biopsy. Then you move the entire needle like this. You have to move it a bit. ठीक है? थोड़ा सा ये प्रेशर डालने वाला प्रोसीजर होता है. And once you feel एक adequate core बन गई होगी, see now the cutting blade is in the obturator यहाँ से हट जाएगा and ये देखो यहाँ cutting blade आ गई. ठीक है? And then you move it clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. And when you feel कि adequate core अब बन चुका होगा, थोड़ा सा you have to move your hands. It is a very physically taxing procedure. All right. Then you have to remove the marrow का needle out by the same clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise procedure. as soon as the hand comes out, just press, एक हाथ में cotton with some betadine या tincture ready होना चाहिए. Just press that hole क्योंकि थोड़ा blood भी बाहर आएगा. Just press that hole and let it be there for your thumb. Let your thumb be there for 5 minutes or 2 minutes depending on how much trauma आपने cause किया. This stylus will help you to bring that core biopsy core out onto the slide. आपको इसी से push करना होता है ताकि वो core नीचे गिर जाए. वो फंसी होती है नीडल के हॉलो में. ठीक है. So this is the basic bone marrow biopsy procedure. Again, I had to just show you the needle. They are disposable, non-disposable needles. This is an aspirate needle with a guard. I told you ना sternal and tibial aspirations में इस guard की बहुत जरूरत होती है. Never do a sternal or a tibial aspirate without this guard. And for more info about how to go about it, what are the important points, troubleshoots, you please go and refer to my previous videos. I've already taken that. So I told you in the previous videos also that there are 3 ways that you can make a smear from a bone marrow. There is a direct method which I told you that you slant your slide, you let the blood flow, then you crush, which I've already shown you right now. Of course, always remember that the slide should be clean, it should be grease free. That is for any pathology section that we're taking, histo, cyto, hemat, doesn't matter. Urine, fluid, doesn't matter. The slide should be clean and grease free. Okay. Particle, when you take one or more particles, मतलब you let the blood flow. मैंने कहा था आपको कि जो blood flow होता है उसमें particles उसमें भी होते हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं होते. So if आपको लग रहा है कि ज्यादा particle नीचे flow कर गया है और जो slide पे आपने 45 डिग्री पे गिराया था उस पे कम है, तो उसको तो आप crushing से spread कर दो. फिर नीचे वाली slide से कुछ particles you can pick up from another on the surface of another slide. ठीक है, and you can again crush them between 2 smears and spread. जैसे सेम स्प्रेडिंग सेम है, क्रश एंड स्प्रेड. ठीक है. एंड देन कम्स द इम्प्रिंट. ठीक है. हियर यू सी कि दिस इज अ बोन मैरो बायोप्सी का कोड. इसको हमने एक स्लाइड पे लिया, अभी फॉर्मलिन में नहीं डाला है, और हमने दूसरी स्लाइड के सरफेस पे इसका इंप्रेशन ले लिया. ऐसे हम 3 या 4 लेते हैं. अनदर वे ऑफ डूइंग इट इज कि यू कैन रोल दिस एंटायर कोर ओवर द सरफेस ऑफ द फर्स्ट स्लाइड, लेकिन वो थोड़ा टफ होता है बिकॉज रोलिंग में आपके ग्लव्स पे लग जाएंगे. I find this method to be better. Okay. Alright. Again, I just wanted to show you. See, this is a crush preparation where you crush the thing and then spread. This is a smear preparation, like you smear the blood. Sometimes people just put cover slip जहाँ particle होता है, and after staining it, they don't do much. And then this is how an imprint smear will look. It will just look कि जैसे आपने biopsy का section काटा होगा. But the advantage here is that you get an imprint smear quickly. You can stain it like you stain a peripheral smear. You can get much better results without any formalin fixative artifact than a biopsy जिसको आपको मिलने में ही 3 मिनट लग जाते हैं. And sometimes you can't wait that long. Okay. So I told you how to make a clot section. You take a 5 ml sample. Avoid the hemodilution, और जो slide पे गिरा है उसको भी आप ले सकते हो. This is when you necessarily intentionally want to make a clot section. Take a 5 ml sample. ठीक है. Smears prepared for total, मतलब you can make average number जो slide का बनाते हो in a bone marrow, that is around 5 to 6 slides तो बननी ही चाहिए. It is important. ठीक है. जो भी extra material है उसको clot होने दीजिए slide पे, and then you put it in 10% formaldehyde buffer or Bowen's liquid. Bowen's liquid से ना self preservation बहुत अच्छा होता है. So, but some people use it, some people don't. I use 10% buffered formalin, but Bowen's liquid से self preservation अच्छी होती है. Biopsy Bowen's liquid में अच्छे fix होते हैं. So is Zenker's. I'll tell you later on when I take biopsy. Now these are the, I've also given you the reference. You can go through this paper. This paper tells you the importance of analyzing an imprint or a clot section, not an imprint, a clot section. And see the beautiful images नीचे जो दिख रहे हैं, I'll just tell you what is. But all these images are of clot section, and this IHC, this brown color that you see is IHC, immunohistochemistry, is also in clot section. Something similar to what I did in my thesis. I'm not using those images because वो मेरे बाल fluid के section थे, so that will not be relevant over here. But I got as beautiful images as जो इसमें दिख रहे हैं. So you see, हमने slide पे blood को clot होने दिया और फिर उसको formalin में डाल दिया और फिर ये normal tissue की तरह कट के आएगा. So you see low power view of a clot section. All this is from this paper by Lucas Oliveira. Please go, I have given you this link. This is a Hindawi publication. You see, whatever cells, see, you can see there are some small round blue cells over here. Probably there must be some sort of small round blue cell tumor. Okay. Here again, you is low scanner view and a high power view. And then even IHC can be put on clot sections. So these images are just to show you, again, this is iron stain. You can see this blue, 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 blue. These are iron on clot section. So you see the utility of a clot section and the kind of image you will get is as good as a biopsy image. Even I feel sometimes better than a biopsy image. Alright, I'll show you the images that I diagnosed and even wrote a paper on. I'll just go that is ahead. I'll just show you that. This is just to show you how a clot section looks both grossly and microscopically. So this is just an example where I want to show you that this is a bone marrow imprint smear and this is the trifine biopsy. So in that trifine biopsy, you of course you'll get a better aspect of fat is to O ratio, but imprint smear is not that bad. You can see all the cells. I have taken a very highly focused image. इसको अगर मैं low power में करूँगी ना, then also you will see कि imprint smear में भी almost यही architecture आता है. And I can see all these cells properly. और मुझे biopsy का weight भी नहीं करना है. This is very very useful when the marrow. I'll tell you why I'm stressing on imprint smears. When the marrow is very hypercellular, जैसे कि B12 की hypercellularity है, या overtly cellular है कोई MPN का phase है, myeloproliferative neoplasm, or maybe it is badly fibrosed and very hypocellular. Both these cases, either you'll get a dry tap or sometimes there's too many blasts, like 95-99% blasts starting the marrow up. What happens is, you will not get a very good aspirate smear. Most of it will be hemodiluted, you will not get a particle, you will not get a trail, you will get a few cells here and there and you will get confused. Fine. I very well remember a case of hypoplastic ALL, which we got, it was a few months back and the child is well now. And we diagnosed that case on imprint. Because the entire aspirate was hemodiluted, his peripheral smear was giving atypical lymphoid cells, not blasts. The active looking atypical lymphoid cells. And his aspirate was hemodiluted. The biopsy was going to take time and the clinician needed a diagnosis quickly. We stained the imprint and we got blasts. And we were very happy. So that is the reason I am stressing on imprint. These are situations where you get a dry tap or a hemodiluted marrow, where imprint will give you most of the time the exact diagnosis. So if you are not practicing it, you should practice it. See, I told you I'll tell you show you the papers. One is this paper by an Indian author, Charushila Rajesh Gaur, a very good paper. Please go through this, and this is our paper. Here we had this experience of a few cases of leukemias which we diagnosed on imprint, and this please download this paper and go through it. You are going to see the images also. I've used those images here also, and we had a very nice experience with imprint cytology. So these are the two papers you can go through if you are interested in imprint cytology. Now coming to the imprint cytology images. Why I am telling you the imprint cytologies are really good. See, this is an image from my own paper. This is the case, one of the cases in fact, because most of them were acute leukemias which we diagnosed, where we saw blasts in imprint smear. These are blasts, I don't have to tell you. See the high NC ratio. All the cells have high NC ratio. And you cannot see any cytoplasm, you cannot see any other cell population. I also told you कि कभी कभार fat spaces भी दिख जाते हैं. You can see these fat spaces, the imprint smear में fat spaces हैं. जो उस पे आए हैं, there was a lot of serious. जब मैंने biopsy भी examine की थी ना, there was a lot of serious necrotic type of background in the biopsy, which you can see here also. And there were a few fat spaces, and interspersed were blasts. This was a hypoplastic ALL actually. So this is from my paper, the image that I have used. You can see from other papers also. See, imprint cytology will give you, see, this is a poorly differentiated medulloblastoma. This is histopathology, this is imprint cytology. See, again, this is imprint cytology for melanoma, this is histopathology. This is imprint cytology for renal cell carcinoma, This is imprint of a papillary. See the papillary bundles. ये देख रहे हो, ये इस तरीके का जो ये ऐसे 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 करके बना ना, इसमें सेल मॉर्फोलॉजी नहीं क्लियर हो रही है, लेकिन आपको ये पता चला है गुच्छों में. They are known as papillae. Papillae like finger like. When I'm going to take my classes on cytology, I'll tell you. Finger like projection होती है papillae. I just changed the color, too much red actually. इस तरीके के बंडल जब आपको कभी भी साइटोलॉजी के स्मीयर में दिखे, जैसे इसको हमारे यहाँ पढ़ाया जाता था, बलून के अंदर फिंगर अगर डालोगे तो जैसा बलून का एक शेप बनेगा, और व्हेन यू पुट योर फिंगर्स इन द ग्लव्स, तो जो ग्लव्स का प्रोजेक्शन होता है तो उसको फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शन कहते हैं. सो यू कैन सी ओवर हियर, आई जस्ट रब दिस, ठीक है, ऑल दिस फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शन यू कैन सी. ये देख रहे हो, ये है, ये लाइक फिंगर. All these are imprint smears and you can make your diagnosis on imprint only. You don't need to go for the histopath. You can wait for it, you can put ICC whatever, but clinician को आपका diagnosis उसी दिन मिल जाता है. Alright. Another same image, and you see I actually that time we didn't have very good microscopes for the image capture. Now we have, so मैंने मोबाइल से खींचा था. Some of you, if you can see, these are past positive granules. ये डॉट पॉजिटिविटी थी पास की, मेरे हाई पावर करने से ये थोड़ा खराब हो गया. सी दिस इज वाज आल्सो डॉट पॉजिटिविटी ओवर हियर. सी दिस वाज आल्सो डॉट पॉजिटिविटी. ऑलराइट, वी पुट पास ऑन दिस smear and we had two imprint smears for this case and we got a positive pass and we gave a diagnosis of hypoplastic ALL even before the biopsy was received. So you see the importance. Similarly, you can see over here, this is an imprint smear of a aplastic anemia. You can see, this is not my own image, you can see a lot of fatty spaces. Okay, this is an imprint smear of a marrow necrosis. You can see ghost outline of dead cells with some granular debris like background. You don't need to wait for the biopsy, and unfortunately these things will not come out in the aspirate hemodiluted after. So this is the importance of imprint smears. Sometimes, see, this is also not my image, you can see a parasites. You see a granuloma in the biopsy and a parasite on the imprint. Here you can see, okay, you can these are all reactive cells. There is a macrophage, okay, these are erythroid cells. There's some discourses. All these are imprint smears. Sometimes you put pearls on the imprint smear. See how beautiful it has come out. Biopsy में जब आप decalcification करते हो तो iron chelation हो जाता है. अगर एस्पिरेट में अच्छी सेल पॉपुलेशन नहीं आई है, ह्यूमन एरर से भी होता है, हमारी एस्पिरेट ठीक से नहीं, एंड देयर इज आयरन ओवरलोड, एंड हमारे पास इम्प्रिंट स्मीयर है, हम उसमें लगा के पकड़ सकते हैं, क्योंकि बायोप्सी में ये आयरन इतना अच्छे से नहीं दिखेगा बिकॉज ऑफ कीलेशन. So you see there are so many good properties of an imprint. So as I said, this would be a small lecture. I just wanted to take up imprint smears and clot sections with you this time, because if you, and this is more for those people who are practicing actually. You can also use this technology or this technique. Everyone knows it, everyone knows this exists, but they don't use it. आप thesis कर रहे हो, you can suggest to your thesis guide, if you're doing a thesis in hematology, you can do a comparative between these techniques. I'm just giving you ideas, you know, to all the students who are listening to me. Diagnostically, you can try as PGs also to make this and see how well your diagnosis improves. So I just wanted to take up this short class and impress upon you the importance of imprint and clot sections. The next class, as I promised to a few of you, would be bone marrow biopsies. And after that, I will be alternating between hematological diseases and FNAC and cytology. So I was going to start histopath, but some of my seniors and as well as my colleagues said कि first take cytology, because cytology में भी बहुत सारे overlaps होते हैं and diagnostic confusions होते हैं जो कि कहीं clear नहीं होते हैं. So and there are very few people who clear it, बहुत कम lectures हैं. So now I'm going to be starting with troubleshoots in FNACs of different organs, and when I finish that, then I'm going to be moving on to histopathology. So thank you for your patience hearing. Please, I am available on Facebook. You can message me. All your opinions, all your comments are most welcome. And please, you can tell me what you want to listen to next. You can tell me how to improvise myself. I'm sorry, the video quality might not be that good because I'm not an expert. I'm a simple pathologist, medical person, and I don't have those gadgets with me to make my voice quality better. But I'll try my best, and I'll try to improve the video qualities also as we progress. And thank you, and please keep supporting.